Hello there. I hope you're having yourself a great day. I'm doing great. I'm so excited to share something with you today. I had to work out at the gym to be able to lift this, but here is a gigantic Donald Duck book. It is the XXL version. There's an XXL version that is much more expensive, but this one is absolutely beautiful. And if you've seen my past video, I did an unboxing and preview of the Mickey Mouse version of this book, and I was so pleased to see this online numerous times, and then I finally got it, and I'm so happy. And it's a very cool book. I gotta put this down. As you can see, it's very thick. It has over 500 pages, and I'm out of breath. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this book. And if you like this one, make sure to go check out the Mickey Mouse one. And I really don't have much else to say. I'll talk to you about it in the rest of this video. And so let's go ahead and check it out. Alrighty, so here we go. Here is my Walt Disney Mickey Mouse, The Ultimate History book. I did a unboxing and preview of this recently. Actually, I've done it twice now. And if you want to check that one out, I'll make sure to leave a link to it at the end of this video, and perhaps in the description also. This book is absolutely beautiful. I wasn't expecting any additional ones to come out. And so when I found the Donald Duck one, I was so happy. Besides Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck would be my next favorite character, mostly because he's a lot like me, very moody. And so we're going to go ahead and put that one away, and we're going to open this one. And this is how it arrived. It was wrapped in plastic. I kind of wish this was put in an additional box. I'll show you real quick the box for the Mickey Mouse one. If I remember correctly, this was actually in another box, because as you can see, there's no damage to this. And I think this is how I got this. So this is pretty much the same thing, but apparently they didn't want to spend the money to put color on the outside box, because as you can see, this one has color, and this one is just this way. Unfortunately, I mean, I believe the book is fine. I've not opened it yet. I just pulled these tabs out so I could get it out easier. But there is some bent up corners on these, and it was just in plastic wrap with a label laid on it, shipped to me. So we're going to go ahead and open this. I will say that this one opens a lot easier than the other one. I had a hard time trying to get it out of the box. But this one is absolutely beautiful. It looks about the same size as the other one. Excuse me, it weighs a lot. It's not the heaviest book I have, oddly, but we're going to go ahead and check this out. And let's look at the back. Here is the back of it. Donald is everything. He is everybody. He makes the same mistakes that we all make. Carl barks, which I agree. You know, people aren't perfect, and I love Donald as a character. He's got his good side and his bad side, as most people. You know, I try to always be my best for everyone and myself. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this opened. This cover is actually a cover that was on a Donald Duck cartoon in the past. If I remember, I will show you over here the comic book that this picture came from. There is a more expensive version of this book, and it has a lot of extras in it. It has some never before seen photos and drawings, and some other additional items. And I will show you over here that book, and it's a lot more expensive. There's only 1,000 made, and I believe it was like $600. It's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna very gently get this plastic off of here. I don't want to damage the book at all. I'm just slightly opening this plastic here without cutting into any of the pages, obviously. But I'm so thrilled. I think it would be great if they did, you know, who knows, they might do additional characters. I think it would be cool to have a Goofy book. Of course, as a Toy Story fan, I would love a gigantic book like this about Toy Story. But I wanted to share the full unwrapping of this with you. Oops. And just like the other one, static. Just like the other one, this is a separate picture. This is like printed on cardboard, and then it's embedded into the actual book. Because this is like a linen material on the cover, actually the whole entire book. And I'll try to give a close-up of this. It's basically laid on top and glued on, but there's a kind of an inlay around it, or embossed, however you want to say it. But let's go ahead and I'll center this as well as I can. It was fun trying to set the camera up for this. I had to go really high. The camera is actually about 6 feet high right now because I needed to get the entire area because it is a massive book. I love this original, well, not original drawing, but a reprint of the original OG Donald there. And I'm going to try to be very gentle with this book. I take very good care of all my books. I never put them in the basement or anything like that. They're always in containers and well protected because they mean a lot to me, and I want them to remain in good shape. But there is an early comic, Mickey Mouse and Donald, Rags to Riches. I love this animation cell sitting over, looks like basically a painting, and he's showing you an animation cell of Donald. And here is the Donald comic book, which was 10 cents back in the day. I wish they were still that cheap. I would love to get some of the old Disney comics. I don't have hardly any. I do have some of the newer stuff. I used to collect them back in the 1980s, but unfortunately I didn't. They got lost at some point, and then I had to order new ones. I love this Donald Duck juice. Actually, these were available at the dollar store. New versions, obviously. They weren't sitting around since 1950 or 60, but who knows, it is the dollar store. But my local one stopped selling these, so I'm not sure why. I was only able to get a few of them. Actually, I'll show you them. I'll show you just a couple here. Give me 1 second, I gotta grab these things. I know I collect the weirdest things sometimes, but here, I'm glad I did because I can't get these anymore. Here is original Donald Duck. Well, not original, but I mean recent. This actually expired in 2023. And then there's this orange juice. I actually got this at a grocery store. You can buy, I think it's a 6-pack of this. I don't know when this one expired. Let's see, 2022. So anyways, they still do make that. I even made myself a big giant bottle cap of the Donald Duck soda that used to be available. There's a lot of artwork from either promotions for the comics or TV shows. These are all old comic books. And like I said, this is all new to me, just like you. I've not opened this, obviously. And I'm so happy it came out. And so pleased to have it. And I hope you enjoy it. I believe it is available on Amazon, but I've also shared the link with you for the producer of this book, the publisher. This is some really old original Donald Duck with his much longer bill. I absolutely love watching the old Disney cartoons. I'm going to do an older video I'm going to do another video of how you can see all the old original cartoons. There's limited sets. They come in a tin, and it was Disney Treasures. They were sold in the, I think, late 80s, 90s, and I have most of them. And you can see some of these cartoons on Disney Plus, but the majority of them are not available. I just love these old cells. Sadly, back in the day, they would actually wipe these cells clean because they wanted to save money. So they would do these, and then they would have them cleaned, and then they would reuse them. So that's why there's not a ton of artwork available from old animation cells. I love that I have the opportunity to see a lot of these things because a lot of this stuff was not published before. But I just absolutely love seeing these old drawings. They're so cool. It took them years to produce this book. It was a lot of work. And there's Donald with his big, long duck bill, which didn't last too long. As you can see, he then, this is one of my absolute favorite cartoons. It's the Mickey Mouse Magician Mickey. That's a great episode. But as you can see, his long bill did not last very long. I actually own 2 ducks, and one of them is named Daisy. We used to have Donald and Daisy, but the male ducks were very violent toward the females, so we had to get rid of them. But this line work is so clean. I love this so much. As an artist myself, I really appreciate the attention to clean lines. Just such beautiful artwork. And like I said, I would absolutely love to see some other characters be drawn. And, not drawn, but produced another book. I just love seeing a lot of like I said, a lot of the stuff is new. I've seen these before. If you didn't know, this is like a style sheet, and it gives you perspective on the size, how to draw in relation to other characters, which had been a bit interesting to try to do at first, because unless you have side by side, you wouldn't really know how tall they were. But for the DVD series I was talking about, the Donald Duck one, there are 4 different sets of it. There's 1 through 4, and it starts from the early days on to the later stuff, or more, recent, I would say. I would love to have some of these old toys. There's someone I used to be able to follow on Facebook who had an absolutely beautiful collection, or still does, of Disney from the old days. And unfortunately, someone hacked my Facebook account, and I lost everything. Of relationships I've created with people for, the last, 15 years, and it's all gone. Someone hacked it and then used a different email address or something, and I never got the email to get it reinstated. Absolutely beautiful line work. His artwork was just absolutely gorgeous. But I'm like actually kind of giddy inside. I'm so excited to look at this. Like I said, this is the original comic book, 10 cents. That's what the cover is from. The cover on the expensive one is different. It's a yellow cover. But I might have to try to get my hands on some of these old comics. And they also did them in other countries, which they still continue to this day. And I'm supposed to go to Europe next year, so I'm going to try to find some Disney merch from Europe when I go over there. So make sure you subscribe to go with me on my journey over there. And love to see these old toys. This is so creepy to see these characters back in the day. That's terrifying, that Mickey Mouse. And there's some other merch there. Some more comics. Sorry, I don't want to. This video will be hours long if I go too slow on all these pages. So we'll kind of go along. I just kind of wanted to review, and I love to see this when it goes from, preliminary sketch to the final colored version. And these are all paste ups. Before Photoshop, you had to paste everything onto pages. Same with how this one is done. So any changes that were done would have been laid over on paper. Same with the way this is. Yeah, I always kind of wanted to do comics when I was younger, but unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist, so I would have taken forever. Here is the bookmark. It is a fabric bookmark, which we'll come across at some point. This is the main picture for Donald's title page when you would watch the old cartoons. Basically, this is a big giant archive. I would love to go. I still haven't had the opportunity to go to Disney's archive building and do that tour yet. I would like to. My son used to love ostriches, and I did this as a picture for his t-shirt when we went to Disney World when he was younger. And these are background. This is when Donald's a devil and good. It's beautiful background painting for animation cell. We still got quite a ways to go. Grab some popcorn and pull yourself up a chair and enjoy this along with me. This is just absolutely gorgeous. This is a big panoramic, so that they would keep the cell in place often, and then they would just move this background plate behind it, so it's two separate things. And then they end up doing eventually a panoramic, which would have multiple layers, and it would give it more depth instead of just a flat, two-dimensional type thing. And there's Donald Duck selling Sunoco oil, and they kind of used the same picture but changed it and just made it a little different with a watch. Putt-putt troubles. Yeah, I have a huge collection of Disney books, so stay tuned for more. Make sure you subscribe. You can also check out some of my older videos. I know people usually watch the most recent stuff, but I have a lot of nice videos in the past that have book reviews if you're interested in books. Actually, I'll be doing some more. I'm going to probably redo some of those videos since they were in a lower resolution at the time. And Disney Studios, if you didn't know, during World War II was taken over by the government, and Disney had to produce a lot of World War II videos, either teaching people in the military how to do things or other propaganda type videos. But here are they also created these. It's so bizarre that Disney was included in war. These are literally patches and badges that you would wear on your military suits. They also went on the side of planes, and there is a whole DVD collection of wartime Disney stuff that I'll have to share in the future. And you can see there's actually even a Hitler, Donald Duck going off on Hitler, basically. Here it is. It's in De Fuhrer's face. De Fuhrer, I can't even say that. De Fuhrer's face. Basically, it was crazy just to see that Disney had stuff with Nazi symbols on it and such. Obviously, they did not like it. It's funny because Hitler actually liked Disney stuff and liked American cartoons. Just crazy. But again, here's war bonds they're trying to sell. They used it a lot to promote stuff. Donald gets drafted. But if you get a chance and you don't like, I can't read books anymore due to my vision, so I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And there are 2 biography books that I really enjoy that are about Walt Disney, and it talks a lot about when the studio was taken over in World War II. Here is the bookmark. It's double-sided, and you just keep that in there. The Mickey one has one also. I'm trying to get that in there, so let's try to move this over a little bit. I don't want that damaged. But here are some more. These look like also around the same time as World War II. So that's why there wasn't a ton of stuff released at the time. Disney was working on a lot of projects, but they had to put them off because of World War II. And Disney lost a lot of money during that time. And this is when afterwards, when Disney went to South America to do some other films. I love these, all done in old, like, replicas of old famous paintings. Look at that Donald Duck face, that's creepy. Disney has come a long way, that's for sure. We're about halfway through. And here's mostly women did all the inking for animation cells because apparently they had more patience than men. Instead of your hands, here's the colors they're painting. It would have been on the back. You paint on the back of the animation cell. There's Disney and the Beanstalk. A lot of these are original, either storyboards or the rough drawings for layouts. And before there were, there's several different people who do the drawings. There's rough drawings, then there's cleanup, and then there's in-betweeners who do the animation cells that are in between the main frames, I would say. Got a lot of drawings in this one. Some ink stuff. That's a lot of black ink. Absolutely lovely book. Sorry, I'm speeding through. I just want to. Ooh, I almost bent that. I want to take forever. I don't know if this book has any fold-outs. I don't like books that have fold-outs. I'm always afraid they're going to get wrecked. The Defining Years. There's Donald with Walt Disney. There's a duck. And that is Enter Carl Barks. He is the one that did most of the comic books for newspapers, and then there's a whole series of books of just his cartoons, which you can get on Amazon. I have a bunch of them. I don't have all of them, but I did buy a bunch of them. But yeah, these are all from newspapers or comics that he used to do. Lots of comic pages. And I actually bought I have some really cool Donald Duck cards that I had purchased and did a video in the past. I absolutely love them. It kind of reminds me of some of the stuff in this book. And for Christmas, I have the Donald Duck, I would say he's, I don't know, 4.5, 5 feet almost tall, animatronic that is in my foyer. When you come in my house, he talks and sings, and his arms and stuff move. They're really cool. There's also a Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse. Good old Wheaties with the Disney on the back. It's like Donald was in some other comics. It's kind of funny. And talking of Christmas, there's Donald. Do not pick the flowers. But yeah, if you get a chance and you're really into Disney and Donald Duck, I would highly suggest getting the DVD set that I was talking about, Disney Treasures. I will say, though, the series 3 and 4, especially 4, can get very expensive, even though they're just DVDs, probably because people realize that Disney is probably never going to put them out again. The 4th disc usually goes for $200 and up, which is pretty wild for a DVD. It's probably the most expensive DVDs I own. This is a much more modern Donald Duck, cleaned up. I am not a fan of the new Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse cartoons. I don't really care for that style. It almost seems like it's a step backwards. I know some people love it, but I'm not a big fan of it. There's Chip and Dale, which is his little nemesis. He's always fighting them, the size of that giant nut. This nut butter is that was actually a great episode, and funny. It's a Christmas one. Donald looks very green in that photo. It's kind of scary. And his merchandise. I don't own like a ton of Donald merchandise. I'd love to have this type of stuff. I mostly have, as you know, if you follow my channel, mostly figures and such. But these are, I guess I'm not too crazy for keeping these things. I mean, these are all grapefruit juice and other stuff. There's Uncle Scrooge. That's a great cartoon. Actually, I was working on that for drawing this on a handbag / purse, whatever you want to call it, which I'll eventually share with you. I have so many projects that I try to work on. It's the pleasures of having ADHD. I have to stand up to do this book, and it's killing my back. Luckily, we're getting close to the finish line. A lot of comic pages. I kind of wish it was something else. I mean, I do appreciate them, but I kind of wish there was just something else. I like to see animation cells, as there are some absolute beautiful ones that I've done videos of in the past that you can check out, which have a lot more animation art. This has a lot more comic pages. These look like these could be actually original scans from those. And there's the intro page I was talking about. funny because all these pictures I see, I know what shows they're from. And that's another one of the bad guys that Donald had to deal with the bee. He was always fighting with a bee. I guess not necessarily a bad guy, but trick or treat, trick or treat. That song's in my head. That's what that's from. And I love this rugged bear. He is such a cute character. He's actually in the Wilderness Lodge or whatever. They have merchandise with him on it. He was another big character that Donald had to deal with all the time. Would steal his food. I miss all the old Disney stuff. It was so much fun. Nowadays, everything is just, I don't know, it seems too commercialized and just lost some of the magic it used to have. And that's why I do my channel. I try to keep the magic going, and especially those who love Disney, like I do. Disney is literally part of my day every single day. I know some people think that's crazy, but it makes me happy, so that's all that matters. And I try to do the same for you by sharing stuff with you. But yeah, there's not too many animation cells in this one. It's mostly drawings. I guess that bird that was visiting here yesterday is back again. And looks like we're finishing up here the international years. There's Donald. Happy birthday, Donald Duck. 50. So that's 50 years. It's one of my favorite cartoons. It's the Mickey's Christmas Carol. I watch that almost every year. There's Donald Duck getting some love there. I'll have to get this one. That's Donald Duck as Van Gogh. Or Van Gogh, however you want to pronounce it. I love that style of art. Whoa. Yeah, and as I said, these are from other countries. I love Donald Duck's dressed as Mickey Mouse. That one's cute. Yep, we're already on 533 pages. But I hope you enjoyed this book. Actually, this picture here at Family Tree is on some of the trading cards of Donald Duck I was talking about. But I'll leave some links at the end of this video to some Donald Duck stuff that I've done in the past. But if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Share with your friends. And please do subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It helps support the channel because everything I get from it goes into doing videos for you all. And that's it. So there is that. And the index. I don't need to read all that, but here is the last page, looks like. And yeah, as it says, the end. So I hope you enjoyed this book. I enjoyed looking at it with you. It was a lot of fun, and I'd like to wish you all a magical day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.